Birmingham 806. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com, 28th of August of 2026. You heard the weather. It's going to be nice. 91, 91, 92 maybe. Best chance of rain would be today, but most of that's going to be south of us. Don't think we're going to get any here. I could be wrong.
Not much chance.
But I don't think so. I don't think so. So we're in pretty good shape there. Nice. It's a Friday. Max says Annette Favre died Saturday as the third celeb. Who's Annette Favre?
See, if you have to say who is,
yeah, exactly.
that person's eliminated.
Shelley Fabre, yes. Yeah, I thought she died earlier than that, though, didn't she? She died this weekend. Yeah, same thing with the people who are throwing Peter Cullen in there. Don't get me wrong.
No,
I'm a voiceover guy, and I know a lot of the names of the voiceover people. This guy did not know. But
they have to be big enough where,
I mean,
80% of the people would be like, oh, I know who that is.
I mean, Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, two universally beloved people. And by the way, Tim Curry was also non-political. He never dove into the politics, never got involved in it, never talked about it. We really didn't even know his sexual proclivity. And nobody cared, It was just, what a great actor. What a wonderful showman. When Steve was talking about him yesterday, I failed to mention, Michael Crichton was the guy responsible for Jurassic Park. He wrote the book Jurassic Park, right? He also wrote The Andromeda Strain. A couple of really good movies have come out of that. Well, I was working for a radio station, and we were all pumped up about it because the next book that was going to be turned into a movie by Michael Crichton was Congo. And Tim Curry was going to be in it. And there was going to be all kinds of apes and monkeys and things of that nature. Oh, did this movie stink to high heaven. I mean, it was. If you looked at it as a parody, kind of like a joke, it was actually pretty good. But the longer I watched it, I was like, I'm not sure they meant it that way.
Jeez.
They're going to a place where there were supposed to be all these diamonds in the Congo, and they land the plane, they get out, and there's all these perfectly well-cut diamonds just laying around. You're like, did the monkeys cut the diamonds? How did this happen?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Work Trucks is downtown, 2324 3rd Avenue South. When you're in need of a work truck, this is the place you want to go. Why? Well, because I got them. I got a lot of them. I got over 100 in stock at any given time. Work Trucks with an XLLC.com. You can check them out online there. And, when you're looking for a big old box truck or maybe a dump truck, something diesel-y, those can be difficult to find, but not when you shop with Work Trucks because they do the work for you. Bring them in from all over the country, put them through a 125-point inspection, put them on the lot at great low prices for you. Trade, finance, get an extended warranty, or maybe buy one that's so new it already has a warranty on it. That is Work Trucks with an XLLC.com, Work Trucks downtown. 2223 3rd Avenue South. They are all about trucks.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Yeah, man. How about this? Pardon me. The king is dead. Long live the king. Norway's King Harald died peacefully at 89, which is better than dying, violently. I would assume.
Peacefully.
I've never done either, to be honest with you.
I mean, think about that.
Yes, indeedy.
Yeah.
And he was living the life of Riley. Well, he was living the life of Harold. They don't really have anything more to say. This story is very, very short, straight and to the point. Here's the kind of things you could see on his resume. The oldest living monarch in Europe. Well, there you go.
And again, so many people are like, who?
Congratulations. You lived a long time as a king.
Yeah.
I imagine you get pretty good medical care when you're the king.
Think so.
He was hospitalized with a blood infection on August 17th. He had previously received a pacemaker after falling ill during a vacation in Malaysia in 2024. Man's from Norway, and he went to Malaysia on vacation.
You're like, why? Why did you go there?
Because he wanted to warm up.
Uh-huh.
That's why.
Well, just go to a tropical island.
Something like that.
We've got some great places. Come over this way.
If you are holding your breath waiting for a Tommy Tuberville, Doug Jones debate, you're going to keep holding it for a long time.
Not happening.
It's not going to happen.
Nah.
Do you remember when Tuberville was running for senator?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was when we were headed toward the runoff on the Republican side, and he had originally said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll debate him." And then he saw the poll numbers and saw he was running away with it, and he was like,
There's no point.
"I'm not doing it.
Nah.
Never mind." I understood perfectly, but I did feel like you already said you were gonna. Now you kind of have to. But he never did. He never did. And now he's just saying it right out front. He's like, "Nope, no need for a debate. Look, we know where he stands. We know where I stand.
We know where the state stands.
Exactly.
I mean, we're in a conservative state, and those are the values of Tommy Tuberville, and we've seen what he's done as a senator. I mean, he's,
That's about right. You know him. You know
Yep.
me. We're very, very opposite on things. Just whatever it is he thinks about something, chances are good I'm going to be on the other side of that equation. So what's the point? There isn't one. Let's see. I'll find a fun story here. Have we yet talked about Donald Trump renaming Lake
I
Ontario?
think we mentioned it, but we didn't really get into it. It was like Donald Trump having a little fun.
Yeah, it's him trolling Canada over
yeah.
this, just trade dispute that we have right now. So he changed the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that great. It wasn't a great lake then. Now it's great again. I've made the Great Lakes great again. Everybody, this is what I do.
Oh. Don't there's some people losing their mind over this.
Oh, yeah,
He did what?
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
Really. Here's why I have a bit of a problem with it, though. Being from up in the Midwest, we would occasionally get asked things like, name all the Great Lakes, like in school. Question, right? Average person's not going to get asked that. If you live south here, you're likely to be asked more states that border the Gulf of America. That's more likely what you're going to get.
Right.
But up there, not unusual that somebody might pop up and ask you about name all the Great Lakes. Well, there was a great mnemonic for that. Homes, all the big beautiful homes around the lake. H for Huron, O for Ontario, M for Michigan, E for Erie, and S for Superior. That's the homes around the lake. That's all the Great Lakes.
Now it's Hames.
Yeah, now it's Hames. What the hell's that? Good job, Donald. You ruined it.
Yeah. Just
Hope
a
you're
little
happy.
bit. It'll be okay. One of these days, somebody's going to put it back to Ontario. That's what they'll do.
I think, first off, I think all the people up there are going to continue to call it Ontario.
Yeah, I think so, too.
We in the South are game. When you decide to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, we're on board with that.
Shoot, yeah.
We're
it's
like, heck,
America.
yeah.
America.
Oh yeah, we're all going to get on. I like that. I like that better. Why would we even name it after Mexico anyway? Mexico only touches it a little bit.
That's right.
It's
I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
We're in a giant circle practically.
Yes,
And
exactly.
Mexico is one little quarter.
That's
Not
right.
even a quarter of
So,
it.
how
An eighth
dare
of
they?
it.
How dare
They're down
they
there with a little bit of an eighth.
get to have their name? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right. Who did that?
Yeah, that's just wrong. But Ontario, I think people are going to probably hold on to for a long
Maybe.
time. I don't think
Hard
they're
to
gonna take
change
us to-
that.
Although he did tell Doug Burgum, the Department of Interior, he said, "Go ahead and change it on all the maps and all the digital stuff and everything. We can
Don't
change
you
it."
know
I was like,
everybody with letterhead
Yeah.
and just the whole, what a quag that is. You're probably like, dang, we got to change everything. All the signs. Think about it.
Oh yeah.
There's an immense amount of things that go into a name change like that.
So like when you change Rock 99 to the Buzzard.
Oh, jeez. Stupid. It was so stupid.
Oh my God, how much money did we pour into that?
A
when we
lot.
Have it, 3 months lasted.
Sorry.
3 months.
This is why, oh, God. It's like, who came up with that? Oh, well, we need to change it. Why? Cracker Barrel,
Yeah.
Bud Light. Why? It is one of the best things on air. Why would you change that?
Callaway
It's
Golf.
time to make a change. We dropped a half a point the last ratings, whatever. No, leave it. It's going to be okay. It'd be okay today. Do you know that? It would probably be okay today.
If you had the right person in charge, yes. I absolutely believe that. Nonetheless, 8:15 with Dixon and Vining. Got a Mr. P's Grill and Tip coming your way in about 15 minutes. And in the meantime, just more of this nonsense. How about that? 8:20. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. By the way, Bachman Turner Overdrive is back on the road, as is the original Guess Who. Well, at least the two guys who formed it together. This song in particular has got a very interesting story attached to it. If you listen to Randy Bachman, I don't know that you can believe him, but it's a pretty good tale. I'll tell it to you someday. It is 8:20 with Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Beautiful, beautiful Friday.
It is a beautiful day. A couple days ago, got a deluge of rain, so to say. And sometimes you have a problem around your house and you're like, well, on this issue, I don't really know who to turn to. Yeah, if you are a homeowner, there's always something going on at the house, especially if you have a home that's a little bit older, has some years on it. Things can happen in and around it. And maybe you're in a house where there are some foundation or water issues and you've just kind of don't want to deal with it. And I understand that. But it is important, very important, for the health of your home and the health of your family and you. If there's water sitting in places like the crawl space, that air quality can change and it can make its way into your home. So if that's happening, you notice that something's a little different. Maybe it's just a sign of mildew on the walls in your basement. It's an excellent time to call B-Dry Foundation and Waterproofing. Home of the lifetime warranty, and of course, right now, 25% off encapsulation. This is for a limited time, so take advantage of it. Get the guys to come out. They always will tell you, hey, we are more than happy just to drive to your home, talk to you about what issues are going on, or if you're not sure and you just want us to take a look around, they'll do that. They'll get in the crawl space, they'll get in the basement area, they'll take a look around and see if there's any cracking in the foundation, and then they'll tell you how they're going to fix it, and then schedule a time to get that done. So lock it in, dry it out today. B-Dry has been in business for over 65 years. Trust these guys to take care of you. They're going to do it right the first time. 942-1976 for that free quote, 942-1976, or find B-Dry at bdryalabama.com.
Well, an Alabama woman has just won a judgment against Church's Chicken. This dates all the way back to 2020. According to the lawsuit and her attorney, Yolanda Jackson was burned by a Church's chicken pot pie in January of 2020.
Heavens.
She ordered it in the drive-thru.
Was she expecting it to be frozen?
According to court records, Church's sold chicken to Yolanda Jackson that was too hot for human consumption. Jackson suffered serious injuries to her mouth, face, lip, left wrist, and body, including second-degree burns. According to the lawsuit, what bothered her the most was the fact that she was left scarred. And she felt unheard by Church's, said Truman Fitzgerald.
Does that name sound familiar to you all?
Yeah, he used to be the Birmingham spokesperson.
Yes, he was, and now he's an attorney.
That was an attorney. Good for him. On Monday, the case was in Jefferson County Circuit Court in Bessemer. After hearing testimony and seeing the evidence, the court on Wednesday ruled in favor of Jackson and entered a judgment against Church's for $20,000.
Wow.
Plus court costs.
Well, once again, I guess now you got to put on your pot pie, Churches, that there's a warning label on the side of it. This could be hot. You could burn yourself.
I'm ticked off to find out this. The only way I'm finding out that Church's has chicken pot pie is through a story like this. What's going on here?
You didn't know they had
I did not know they had chicken pot
pies.
I mean, guys, advertise a little. What are you doing?
Anytime you have something like pastry-wise and it's encased, something liquid is encased in it.
Yeah.
All of us with just a little common sense are going to say, look, this thing is probably going to be hot, really, really hot, or could potentially be really, really hot.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I pick it out of the packaging, put it in my hand while I'm driving down the road and take a bite of it.
It's the Jim Gaffigan Hot Pocket bit where he says, is the inside molten lava? Yes, either that or frozen solid. Those are the choices. I understand. That's exactly right.
I do get that too. So I don't know. Church is going to have to do something going forward. They'll get sued again. You want to serve it, make sure that the pot pie is hot, but I guess you have to, again, put a warning label on the side of the pot pie, and whatever the packaging is.
If I had to guess, I would say that this was probably a pre-made pot pie that was in fact frozen at one point. That they heat up a certain number of them in the morning, or as lunchtime is approaching, and then before they hand them out the window, somebody throws them in the microwave. Does the beep beep beep? This happens in fast food all the time.
How do you do it?
Beep beep beep. Yeah. I know, so just like C-3PO. That's my C-3PO. No. And this happens all the time. They regularly heat stuff up in the microwave, and this one went a little bit too long.
Maybe.
That could be that the person who heated it up accidentally hit double the time that they were supposed to.
Or is it possible that it was heated just how they heat every other meal like this, and put in the bag and handed out the window? Is this pot pie? Is this the way they always do it? Or did something really go wrong?
I didn't even know that they had them. So don't ask me.
I don't know. But, I'm sorry that she got burned. I mean, that's terrible. Nobody wants that. But at the same time, you got to know that what you've just ordered has the potential, just like a piece of pizza, like pizza when it comes right out of the oven, the sauce and the cheese there. I mean, you can burn the roof of your mouth pretty good with that. But you kind of know that.
Slides off the crust and it just affixes itself like napalm up to the...
That's why I always ask, like if I'm in a restaurant and the pizzas come to the table and it just came out of the oven, crazy as it is, sometimes I'll cut it just to take a small bite because I don't want to burn the roof of my mouth. Now if it gets delivered, you're probably in good shape. You're not going to burn yourself.
I do this crazy thing called wait.
Or
wait for it to cool off. So weird and crazy, I know.
But I would think that with the pot pie too. I think that there's a little bit of customer responsibility here.
Oh, there's more than a little bit. It's called personal responsibility, and she should absolutely have taken some, because it's very difficult for me to believe. January of 2020 means that thing came handed through the drive-through window, and steam was coming off of it because it was January of 2020, and this thing was so hot it was going to give her second-degree burns, and she couldn't even slow down long enough to say, hold on, let's maybe touch the doorknob before we open the door and see where the fire is,
Yeah, because, if she's driving, you would think you'd have to pick it up with your hands.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's packaged or how it comes out, but I'm just trying to envision this.
Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
Or, are you driving down the road with a fork and you've cut into it, or, taking a bite of it and you're scooping it up to your mouth as you're driving, which is probably not a really good idea as it is. It's not like a little McDonald's cheeseburger with a wrapper and you can easily eat that as you're driving, but I don't know.
You know what we really need?
What? A picture of what the pot pie looks like?
Here it is. Okay. Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yep. It is more like a Hot Pocket than it is like a traditional pot pie. And that is exactly what she did. She ended up burning herself on that. Holy cow. Oh, I could see how that would fry your face. How does she not get into an accident if she was doing this while she was driving? And she, maybe spilled some on a bare leg. She was wearing a church dress. Oh man!
Again, we all are familiar with like Hot Pockets and pot pie. Come on, if it's sealed up in a casing like that, it's probably going to be really hot on the inside.
You want to know
you got to use a little caution.
You want to know what Yolanda Jackson does for a living?
Do tell.
She's a model.
What kind of model?
Well, she's not a hand model anymore, I'll tell you that.
Well, congratulations, $20,000. I wonder if this is one of Truman's first cases.
That's a good question.
Saw a billboard the other day with him on it. I was like, oh, look. He's already got an attorney billboard up. Look out, Shannara.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Truman's coming for you.
One down, 16,417 to go.
He's got dollar signs in his eyes. Just made I wonder how much of the 20 he gets.
Oh, that's a good question.
She's left with
about
5.
40 to 50%.
She's left with 5,000. He gets the rest.
And a lifetime supply of chicken pot pies.
Truman, congratulations.
8:30, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. Yeah. 8:35. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. I'll give you a Mr. P's grilling tip, but here's the thing. Due to my recent health issues, I have largely lost a lot of energy. It's very difficult. Hard to breathe. Makes you tired. I know that's hard to believe, right? Yeah. When you can't breathe, you tend to get real tired. So shortcuts have become one of my best friends. I don't do prepackaged meals. I don't do processed foods. I don't go to the freezer aisle and buy the lasagna or anything like that. That's not my thing. But Mr. P's has got a huge selection of just great stuff like this, and I'll tell you about it in just a moment after I tell you about, well, let's talk about meat special number 2 with 2 8-ounce bacon wrap filet mignon steaks, 1 pound of filet mignon tender tips, 2 1-pound packs of ground steak, 2 6-ounce boneless center cut pork chops, 2 6-ounce boneless skinless chicken breasts, 1 pound of Mr. P's cooked Italian meatballs. These things are outstanding. And a 16-ounce bottle of Pilitary's barbecue sauce, all for $108.99. That is a fantastic deal, and you'll be able to just go shopping in your own freezer when it's time to figure out what you're having for dinner tonight, okay? Now, when I say shortcuts, I'm talking about some of the things that you can find on Mr. P's Deli website, okay? Like, for instance, he's got a whole list of recipes for things like Mr. P's homemade Italian sausage. Gives you a breakdown of how you can cook these things. You add half a cup of water to a skillet. You put the Italian sausage in. You cover it. You cook it for 15 minutes at a medium high. You pour off the water, and then you brown it. You can also grill the sausage until it's light brown right through the center. You want to make sure it gets done completely, of course. If the sausage is frozen, you can simmer it in a skillet with each cup of water and cover up about 15 minutes. Pour the water off, and once again, go ahead and do the browning thing. A lot of this stuff is just not as complex as I think people want to make it. I love this one. Mr. P's Italian sausage stuffed pork chops. This is where they actually take a pork chop, they butterfly it, they put Italian sausage in the middle of it, and then they close it up, and they toothpick it back together again. And you go, well, what's the point of that? Oh, you have to try it. You heat your oven to 350 degrees, grease the bottom of a casserole dish, place the stuffed pork chops in there, cover and bake for 1 hour. Boom, done. That's it. That's the whole recipe. You want to talk about shortcuts. You want to talk about, cutting to the chase and not having to, slave over a hot stove while you're having difficulty breathing. These are the ways you do exactly that. He's got recipes for his baby back ribs, his boneless rib roast. Place in a pan at 450 degrees for 30 minutes, then bake 325 for 15 minutes to the pound. Bake at 325 for 15 minutes to the pound. Ravioli Pilitary. Again, he's got those. They're ready to go. He's got a plan for you to make Alfredo sauce if you're interested, beef brisket. All of these things you can find right there on the Mr. P's Butcher Shop and Deli website. When I'm giving you recipes, I'm giving you something other than these recipes, obviously. But I wanted to make you aware of this because a lot of times, especially if you go get the monthly meat special, all you really need to do is point and click and go, oh, I guess we're having that for dinner tonight. The website is mrpdeli.com, mrpdeli.com. It's an interesting story because, he has all of these sauces and he has spices and things of that nature. And he wanted to use the Mr. P's name on all of those because it's a name that everybody knows and around the Southeast and appreciates it. There is one small frozen pizza company that is called Mr. P's Frozen Pizza, and they challenged him on it and said, sorry,
Lord.
We've trademarked this. You can't use the Mr. P name. We don't want people confusing your fantastic products with our crappy frozen pizza. And so he had to use Pilitary's for everything else, which is fine. It is the family name and everything, and that is a family-run business. It has been for a long, long time. Charles has really made that place sing, man, and Tomorrow we know that Jerry the Angry Trucker is going there for lunch with his daughter before they go see Coyote versus Acme.
Yeah.
People make plans around going to Mr. P's. Oh, I'm going to pick some steaks up tonight.
It's Friday night. Steak night.
Put them on the grill tonight, or put them on the grill tomorrow when the company comes over.
Or get some of that delicious ground beef that they've got in there.
Oh, my gosh. It's ground
Talk about
steak,
good.
baby.
Yeah.
Ground steak. And here's the thing. You know how we talk about McDonald's started getting so expensive that suddenly that Applebee's burger looked pretty good. You're kind of like, well, for another $1 and change, I'll go get that other burger that they're doing at Applebee's. It looks better. That's kind of where we are right now with ground beef. If you're going to go to a Winn-Dixie, a Walmart, a neighborhood market, or a Publix even, and you're going to go get some standard 80-20 ground chuck, you're going to pay a lot of money for that because that's just what beef prices are right now. Or you could go get 100% ground right there in the shop steak from Mr. P's for about the same amount of money. I mean, make the extra stop. You will thank me for it later, absolutely. Stuff is outstanding, whether you're making a burger out of it or whether you're putting it in your spaghetti sauce or making a casserole with it or whatever. It is absolutely outstanding, and you will taste the difference. It'll kind of ruin you, to be honest with you. You're like, oh, well, I guess I can't go buy ground beef anymore now. I have to go to Mr. P's every time. You should.
You get spoiled.
Mr. P's Butcher Shop and Deli, 813 Shades, Crest Road in Beautiful Bluff Park. They're serving sandwiches until 4 o'clock this afternoon in-house, and they are serving them to go until 6. Okie dokie. This thing is starting to get a little out of hand, the flock camera situation.
It is. It's, again, I think some eyes have been brought on to the flock cameras because of some of those in law enforcement that have taken advantage of it, and it's really shined a light on what's going on with the flock cameras and then the amount of flock cameras and where they are. And it's I'm telling you, it's highly debated right now on both sides, the good and the bad of the flock cameras.
Well, in Savannah, Georgia, flock cameras were installed by a neighborhood's homeowners association, but they didn't get residents' approval, and every one of them was cut down with a saw.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Somebody got real mad.
According to the Savannah Police Department, officers responded to a report of property damage on Clubhouse Drive in the Sweetwater Station neighborhood on Friday. 2 flock cameras at the entrance of the neighborhood were found vandalized. If that's what if by vandalized you mean they were cut down with a saw, that's what happened. Police report the HOA representative told police he believed both cameras had been deliberately cut down and appeared to have been severed with a saw. I think, look, I'm not. I want to be a libertarian. That's my thing. I really rather, I prefer the libertarian take on things. However, in this day and age, when crime is completely out of control in many of American major cities, having the technology to be able to track a car without having to actually chase it, and
there's a benefit to that.
And that's one of the things that people would get so upset about is these high-speed chases are killing people. Okay, well, let's not have a high-speed chase. Let's use flock cameras to figure out where this guy's, and we can kind of get him that way. I understand the potential for misuse, but every technology has a potential for misuse. Anything that we're using right now, we can use for evil instead of good, and some of it we do, obviously. The other subject that seems to keep popping up again and again and again, and I'm on the opposite side of a lot of people on this, is these data centers. Guys,
they got to go somewhere.
They have to exist.
Yeah.
And I know that it's easy. Well, you just put them in the middle of the desert. People have to work there.
People have to get there. People have to drive there.
People work there.
Has to be power, water.
Yes, there has to be a power source nearby. There has to be, obviously, ample amounts of water, which is one of the things that they have problems with so much. But I still believe we should be able to recycle that water. We should be able to create a power station without making it a drag on the citizens nearby. While we're sitting around complaining and playing "Not in My Backyard," China just built 20 of these.
Over it. I know they did.
I mean, and they're huge. They're the size of 3 football fields. Okay,
we're gonna be left behind, and this is one of those things we talked about early on with AI. Do not be left behind. Do not be in second place to anybody on this issue, because if you do, AI is going to be used for everything. Wars, anytime we have some type of battle, space. I mean, it could go. It goes on and on and on. And if you don't stay in front of it, somebody else is going to get in front of you. And China right now is in a race with us over this. And the more we hinder no databases in some of these places, the quicker they're going to get there, and we're not. And I understand neighborhoods that say, I don't want this in my backyard. I get that. I completely understand it. But we've got enough land in this country. Surely we can find some places for them.
Oh, yeah, no question in my mind. Here's the thing that is sliding under the radar. A lot of these people that are anti-data centers, they're listening to a lot of propaganda. And that propaganda is being paid for by the Chinese to be placed on social media and whatnot in the United States of America. And so you're basically listening to the enemy who wants us to very much not have data centers. And you're buying into it because it looks like John Q. Public from down the road wrote that piece, but that's not the case. So I would just say be very, very careful. 846 with Dixon and Vining. We had Debbie Social give us a little rundown of movies.
Movies, yeah.
Now, given the fact that Steve is going to give us the review on Acme versus Coyote or Coyote versus Acme, should we listen to her again, or should we?
You can.
Yeah, you're not gonna give me a solid yes or no.
I just, Steve's got his opinion and she's got hers.
Yeah.
You could listen to both. We don't know what Steve is going to say.
I have no idea what Steve is going to say.
Right.
He might not even be speaking English.
Maybe not.
No earthly idea.
What?
More than likely, I will.
Okay. Well, then we'll give Debbie Schlissel another listen in a moment. Stick around. 8:52, Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, talk995.com, as I mentioned. Chatted with Debbie Schlussel about 2 hours ago about what's at the box office. Began the conversation by asking her what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Doing great, thank God, although it's supposed to get into the 90s soon, and not looking forward to that. But it's the last weekend in August where the studios send bad movies to die a quick death. And actually, there were a couple of movies that I thought were not bad, and I actually enjoyed. So I'll start with the one I liked the best, and that is Coyote versus Acme. This is the animated and human feature film about the Looney Tunes characters versus the humans, kind of. So the Coyote, for many, many years, if anybody that's a Looney Tunes fan knows, the Coyote constantly tries to get the Roadrunner because he would make a delicious meal, and he never can because all of these gadgets he gets from Acme fail. And he's sick and tired of it, so he decides to go into the big city, Albuquerque, New Mexico, which I never knew the Looney Tunes creatures were outside Albuquerque, but apparently they are. And he hires a lawyer to sue Acme, and the lawyer is in the form of this kind of sleazy, quick hits personal injury lawyer who only sues. He has ads about cartoon gadgets, and they fail, and he sues Acme, but he only takes a small amount. He never makes a big deal, and he is played by Orville Willis Forte the Fourth, a.k.a. Will Forte. That's his real name, Orville Willis Forte the Fourth. So Will Forte is his lawyer, and I liked this movie. It was very funny. It could have been maybe a half an hour, at least 20 minutes shorter, because it was a little repetitive and long. But it's great for kids. Parents will love it. There's a lot of jokes that probably will go over the kids' heads, but it's very funny, very entertaining. And ironically, they didn't think this was a good movie, and they were never going to release it. It was made in 2022 and scheduled to be released that year, but they sat on it and decided they were never going to release it. And Will Forte and some other people pushed to get it released. I'm glad they did. I think it's a fun movie. I'm surprised it's an August movie. It's better than that. So I recommend that. Acme, or Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. And all the Looney Tunes characters are in it, all of them.
Beautiful.
So if you like one, it'll be in there. I myself have a painting in my bedroom over my bed of Bugs Bunny in the middle of the night with a Daffy Duck in a dark rain trench coat and a hat behind him waiting to do something. So Daffy Duck is in there, Bugs Bunny's in there, Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, everybody's in there.
Pepe
You will
Le Pew?
enjoy it.
Did Pepe Le Pew make the
Yes,
nope?
he is in there. He makes a cameo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and in a funny way, you'll see. It's all good.
All right.
Now, the next other movie that I kind of liked, because I do like these apocalyptic movies, is The Dog Star. So this stars Jacob Elordi as this pilot who is one of the survivors after there has been a plague on the earth and a lot of people have died. And he lives with Josh Brolin on this airfield that they have guarded and developed. He flies around into the big city to get into Denver to get supplies. He also flies to this Mennonite settlement where oddly there are black and Asian Mennonites, which I've never seen. And he gets them food. And he flies around, and his dream is to go to Grand Fork and also to, Grand Junction, and also to go elsewhere and see what's west. His plane fails in the middle of nowhere, and he encounters this father and daughter. Hamas supporter Guy Pearce is the father, and Andy McDowell's nepo baby, Margaret Qualley, Guy Pearce the father, and nepo baby from Andy McDowell, Margaret Qualley is the daughter, and it's about their trying to survive in the world and make a new start. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoy these post-apocalyptic movies, and obviously there are enemies trying to kill people and so on. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done, but it's not anything new or anything I haven't seen before a million times. It kind of meanders a little bit, and there's some weird scenes at this weird airport out west and so on in Grand Junction. Allison Janney is in it. It kind of ends with a thud, like kind of like in the middle, and you expect more to happen. But it was enjoyable. I would recommend it. So the Dog Stars.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they call it the Dog Stars, except that there is a pet dog that he has that he flies around with and so on. And then there is this movie that's from England called Finding Emily. I hated this movie. It was really dumb. And kind of predictable. This guy is at a club and he meets this woman named Emily and he falls in love with her and he wants to get together with her, but she gives him puts her number in his phone and misses a digit and makes a mistake. And he can't find her. He knows that she's a student at a certain university, so he's trying to stalk all the girls named Emily at this university. He meets another girl named Emily, and she helps him try and find this other girl. It's just very predictable, and it just was very stupid. I'm making it sound better than it is. I do not recommend this movie, Finding Emily. You won't be lost if you skip it entirely and don't find Emily. So there's that. Now, there are not any other movies that are new that I could recommend that I've seen this weekend. However, I just wanted to point out that if you follow me on social media, on X or on Facebook, on either my fan page or my Facebook profile page, I do have a couple of short videos of when I ran into Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Dingle, or as I call her, Debbie Dingling, trying to not answer questions about why she's still supporting the jihadist Mohammed El-Sayed, who's running for the Michigan U.S. Senate seat, even though he campaigned around with Hassan Piker. You may have seen her video yesterday or the day before where she said she won't answer the questions about it again. That's because I asked her questions. She got exasperated. So check it out. They're short and sweet.
We'll do it. Thank you, Debbie. We appreciate you so very much. And you have yourself a fabulous weekend. We'll do it again next Friday.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right. Take care. There you go, Debbie. Slow, Debbie. Those movies.
Acme movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should be good. I think you're going to carve some time for this weekend, aren't you?
I'm going to try.
Yeah.
I will. I'll try. If the weather's really nice this weekend, I might not. We'll see.
You know, don't feel like spending a couple hours in a darkened movie theater? Oh, come on.
And I got to catch up with Reacher too. I got to watch Wednesday night's episode.
One more show there.
Yeah.
Steve, you caught up on America's Dumbest?
No, that's the one I got to catch up on.
Good morning, everyone, and a happy Friday. Gonna slowly get you into this weekend. A beautiful day today. It's the 28th of August. Partly cloudy skies today. Just about a 30% chance of an afternoon shower. 89 the high today. Going to be nice tomorrow. 91 the high, and Sunday looks pretty good too. A daytime high of 92. Dixon and Vining with you this morning at Talk 99.5. Talk995.com. Don't forget on YouTube and download that app so you can take us along wherever you go.
Not just us. Hey, hello.
Day 2 this week for Richard.
That's right.
It's easy to forget that.
Day last.
Day last.
I am. You can listen to the whole crew, all day long with that app, which is truly wonderful. Skippy and Jimbo will be coming in. Did Skippy make it through the whole show yesterday?
I think so.
Okay.
I didn't hear otherwise.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll make it today too.
Let's hope.
That'd be
Fingers
good.
crossed. Everybody stay well.
I think he's he's got some illness in his house.
Mm-hmm.
Mental, of course.
No.
What? Oh,
Stop.
sorry.
Stop the rumors now. People are like, what's wrong with Skippy?
A lot. Have you not listened to his show?
He's okay.
Mm-mm.
He'll
Parrot Structural Services, ParrotSS.com. When your foundation starts to be not okay, you need somebody who's going to come by and be straight with you. A lot of times, people are a little nervous about foundation repair companies because it's something very few of us know anything about. It's a fairly complex business, and depending on what it is you need done, the procedure itself can be positively daunting. So you want someone who is, A, very experienced and has seen everything at least once, probably 5 times. B, somebody who knows their business and is able to give you a really solid diagnosis and prognosis the first time out. And a C is not going to try to rip you off because that's the way Parrot Structural is. They have never been in the business of trying to create work for themselves where it doesn't actually exist. That's why I always say they have the experience and the integrity. They're the company I use. They're the company I trust. When it comes to my foundation, ParrotSS.com, Parrot Structural Services, 668-26. How would you like a Dolly Parton Imagination Library license plate?
Yeah, why not?
That could be cool.
Yeah, that would be.
Got a picture of Dolly right there on it.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the money goes to, help out with the Imagination Library, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so,
The
yeah.
pre-commitment period is underway. If you would like one, you'll have to talk to the people at the DMV, I guess, and say, hey, listen, we want one. Got to make it
That's
happen.
one way to, honor her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want a picture of Dolly Parton on my license plate driving down the road. That
You
just
don't?
seems a little weird to me.
Why? Why would that be weird?
I don't know. I don't even do like personalized plates or anything that's got a little funky thing off to the side or whatever. I just like, just give me the plate. Just give me the regular plate.
The plain plate.
The plain plate, normal everyday plate. Slap that sucker on and away we go. Here's a sad situation. 2 airport workers are dead after malaria cases shock officials at a major travel hub. Yeah, I won't give it away who did it or how it worked, but one of the questions on the most recent edition of Nation's Dumbest was, what animal kills more human beings than any other every year? And the answer is mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, because they carry malaria and they make people sick and,
I guess insect rather than animal.
I think they all fall under the same category, don't they? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think what they said was phylum. What phylum? No, I'm just kidding.
But it's so true, and how sad this is.
Frankfurt Airport officials are investigating mosquitoes at the major German travel hub now. 6 employees contracted a form of the disease known as airport malaria through their work at the airport. It's like regular malaria, but much more expensive. And
Especially if you fly first class.
absolutely. Fraport, the company that operates Frankfurt Airport, said that, they picked it up from their work at the airport. Based on a recent update from the Frankfurt Health Department, 2 of those employees died as a result of these infections. Boo. I think I'm not going to go to Frankfurt now. I was going to. I was going to leave right after the show. But
Really?
Now I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I
you
hope
might
they're
want
happy.
to stay clear. That is really odd, that you'd have two people. Maybe, I don't know. What's going on there?
Well, all 6
Maybe we
of
need
them
to spray the airport a little bit better.
might be a good idea.
And, get one of those big trucks that blows that stuff out the back of it.
Yeah. Have it just
Take care of the mosquitoes around the airport. What are we doing?
I imagine that somebody brought them back from, Africa or wherever you're going to find that.
Like what, on the plane with them?
Yeah, not intentionally. But I mean, what if you're loading up outside, like you probably do quite a bit in Africa? A couple of them land on your shirt. You don't know they're there. You get on the plane.
Next thing you know, you're dead.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Or you bring them back to Frankfurt with you.
Golly.
I always thought it was weird, for like when you get a fly on a plane. You ever been on a plane?
I've not experienced that.
It has happened to me twice now. Both times it was an outdoor boarding, and I always thought, that poor fly. He's going to get off the plane. He's going to be like, well, where the hell am I? I got to get in touch with my wife and my kids and tell them what's going on. I don't know what happened here.
Yeah, that would happen. Same thing with the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
No, I don't want any of that.
Everyone's speaking German, man. This is weird. Hold on a second. I had another one here. Yeah. Oh, a Virginia doctor woke up to find a bat trying to get into her mouth.
Oh,
what?
Gosh. No.
How big is her mouth? Does it look like a cave?
I don't know. A lot of people sleep with their mouth wide open.
I may be one of them. Her story is going viral. Comes with a warning for anyone who may find themselves in a similar situation. Dr. Krista Edelman, a gastroenterologist who lives in Richmond, Virginia, was asleep in her nearly 100-year-old home last Friday.
There's a key right there. It's an old house.
She said she was dreaming when she sensed something near her face.
Oh, Lord.
In my dream, there was a cute little field mouse. This is pretty vivid, the whole thing, a little field mouse trying to get into my mouth. As she started to wake up, Edelman reached for her mouth and grabbed something that she said felt like a tulip at first. Then I felt on the back, really kind of coarse, short hair. And when that happened, I realized it was not a mouse. I screamed, and I screamed repeatedly, something to the extent of, there's a bat in my mouth. There's a bat trying to get into my mouth.
Oh, gross. Yeah. That is so gross.
Edelman did some quick research and learned she should try to catch the bat rather than kill it so it could be tested for rabies. She caught the bat in a bucket from a recent beach trip, then called a friend who's an infectious disease doctor for advice about whether she needed a rabies vaccine.
Yeah, let's make sure it has rabies before you go through that whole process.
Yeah, boy.
If you can do that.
The last thing you'd want, though, is to be wrong on it, right?
Yeah, that too.
Her friend urged her to go get treated as soon as possible. She went to the emergency room at St. Mary's Hospital where she works, was seen by Dr. Adam Lanzi, the assistant medical doctor for the ER. As he says, anyone who wakes up to find a bat in their home should take the situation seriously. Problem with bats is that they are carriers.
Big time.
Yeah, they don't really get rabies. They just kind of move it around from place to place.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We had one, and one of them got into a house in North Carolina, and it was up on the fireplace, and we had to figure out how to get it out of there. So my dad and my brother worked on getting the bat out of the house without getting bit.
Yeah.
And the thing was flying around in the house. We found out like a couple days later, because somebody was out on the back porch, that they were living in the attic of the house, and at dusk there were literally thousands of them coming out of the house at dusk.
Yeah.
I mean, it was something out of a horror movie. And we were like, oh, my gosh, we are renting a house that's infested with these bats.
Yeah. Did you learn to coexist, or what happened?
We had to. I mean, we were there for a little bit. And we were like, okay, they're not in the house.
Right.
But probably the air quality, you got to be concerned about that.
Yeah. Bat guano.
And then the one that got in the house, they ended up using a little BB gun and shot it down off the fireplace.
Oh, man.
Put it in a jar. Ooh, isn't this cute? No, it was really nasty looking.
Yeah, when you got real close,
there,
see a bat.
The teeth and the claws and
it's got the little nosy thing and the little ears.
I don't want any of that.
Yeah, and they got the sharp teeth.
No, thank you.
I see them around every once in a while out in our place.
Yeah, I mean, if you look close enough at dusk here in Alabama, you'll see them flying around. I mean, you got to find the bright sky.
Yeah.
But it's got to be dark enough, and you can see them flying around trying to catch, I guess, insects and things like that.
It's interesting. The skeeters and the bats come out at about the same time.
Yeah.
Ringing the
It
dinner bell.
works
Wonder
out
why.
well,
Yeah,
huh?
ringing the dinner bell. Taylor Sheridan is going to be leaving Paramount for a new deal with NBC Universal in 2029. That means he still has the rest of 26, all of 27, and all of 28 to continue to work with Paramount Plus. And Paramount Plus is cracking the whip on this guy. They're like, we're going to need as much content from you as you can possibly crank out in the next 2.5 years. Yeah, I didn't know he was responsible for Tulsa King. I didn't know that.
I don't think I realized that either.
I've never seen the whole show. I've seen
I haven't.
clips of it. But
Yeah, that's all I've seen. It's
interesting.
just like previews or something like that.
well, they're about to go to Frisco King, which would star Samuel L. Jackson. So, yeah, that seems interesting. I don't know.
Well, and I'm watching his show Linus,
Yeah.
which, I'm enjoying it, save for the overwhelming amount of the use of the F word.
Yeah,
I can only imagine how much that's going to amp up with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
probably, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, look, when somebody's hot, you got to ride it, There was a time when David E. Kelly was, the bomb. He was cranking out just one hit show after another. And, the networks basically worked him to death. And then when he had a couple of flops, it was like, okay, bye. Thanks for everything. Bye. See ya. Not like Taylor Sheridan's not making money off of this himself. 9:17, Steve is going to review for us Coyote versus Acme coming up next. Stick around. All right, let's not waste any more time. We want to get to the chase. Both Valerie and I have been waiting all these many hours to get to the big review. It's this guy.
It's Steve's turn.
No pressure. For those of you who are a certain age, you likely grew up at least knowing about, if not watching avidly, the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner show each and every Saturday morning. I thoroughly enjoyed them myself. Wide variety of situations that all the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes cartoon characters were put into. So this movie, Coyote vs. Acme, is disguised as a modern-day courtroom case in what really is an homage, kind of a greatest hits, if you want to put it that way, of what we saw on those Saturday mornings, all before the namby-pamby butthurt people of the world got in the way and, hey, you need to edit those things, make them less violent. Yeah, it's the cartoon violence that turned the world into a bunch of whole coloring book college-age toddlers. Sorry. Get back to what the reason is for this segment. Coyote vs. Acme came out yesterday officially, and I hate to say it, but I'm afraid this is going to get washed away in the wake of Spider-Man and the Odyssey, and I hate that because it doesn't deserve it. Don't get me wrong, this film's far from perfect, don't get me wrong. But if you're a fan of those WB animated shorts and you wanted to go see this, you're going to get everything you wanted and expected. You get all the stunts, the plots, the plans, the backfires, the misfires, really everything that could go awry, and they all do, and they do it in funny ways and enjoyable ways. The mix between human and toon is good. Think about this. One of the first times we ever saw that would be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That came out in 1988, and that was done fantastically well. These guys have stepped it up. The budget on this, $72 million, according to most reports. I can see where they put it in there because they took a lot of time to make sure that they got that interaction correct. Will Forte is your lead. He plays the defense lawyer, kind of a cowed Harvard law grad who is familiar really to anybody that enjoys a legal story. But the funny thing is that I really kind of saw a lot of parallels, similarities to the movie A Few Good Men. Forte, a lot like Cruz at the beginning of the movie, just kind of sliding through his career, happy to have all of his cases settled instead of tried. At one point in time, I really was expecting Will Forte to break out the line of, so this is what the inside of a courtroom looks like. But then he gets a case he thinks can be settled for a few hundred, maybe a few $1,000s. He can move on to the next thing, but then through a plot, kind of like by Wile E. Coyote, it turns into a much bigger case. Forte's Kevin Avery finds himself and gets himself some self-confidence. Pretty good. John Cena as the Acme Company lawyer is cast really, really well, takes on the role of a heavy with a whole lot of ease and a little bit of a wink in his eye. The WB Looney Tunes characters were enjoyed, that we enjoyed as kids. They're all there, even if it's just a cameo, maybe two. Sometimes you got to pay real close attention because some of them don't get a whole lot of screen time. Some get much more than others. But check your brain at the door. Understand, this movie does not really break new ground. It's just enjoying your greatest hits because here's the thing. If you dig too deep, it just ruins your childhood. It's predictable. That's probably the biggest problem that I got with this movie. It is a predictable movie. You see everything coming. Is it fun? Absolutely. Are you left to wonder why Warner Brothers is going to let this rot on a shelf somewhere? 1,000%. You started to wonder maybe why Warner Brothers was up for sale and Paramount wanted it because Paramount realized there's a lot of creativity there, and unfortunately there's a whole lot of stupid people running the place. Really. So sit back, enjoy, reminisce about a younger, more carefree time in your life when you sat down in front of a television with a bowl of cereal or a Saturday morning hour or so. Again, biggest fault, probably its predictability, and that does hurt it because you see everything coming, but it doesn't mean that it's not a fun ride. I'm going to give this about a 7.5 out of 10.
I could almost always see it coming, even as a kid, when the Coyote was going after the Roadrunner. But my favorite ones were when they had the most complex, involved Rube Goldberg-esque plans.
You will be thoroughly happy then because you spend a lot of time watching the Wile E. Coyote come up with all of these particular little plots.
Exactly.
And
Love it.
one of them,
Yeah.
not going to tell you where or which one, but one of them will actually work.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Spoiler alert.
Small one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just so many ways that these things can blow up in his face, and frequently they do actually just blow up in his face. And to me, the Coyote and the Roadrunner were one of the funniest, if not the funniest Saturday morning cartoon, even though it was the same plot over and over and over again. I don't know why, but I used to set my alarm early because it was early at my place when that thing came on, and I never wanted to miss it. I think it was 5:30 or something. I think it was the very first cartoon that started the day.
Mm.
And that was specifically Coyote Roadrunner. Then later you had the Bugs Bunny and Coyote Hour, whatever
Sure.
it was. Yeah. Do they sing the song, the little opening number? Or
No, they didn't do that.
Let's hit the
They didn't
heights.
do that.
Okay.
Nope.
Gonna miss that. That's a shame.
90 minutes.
No.
I want to see
Yeah.
it. I do.
Okay.
I want to see it.
It is, you can tell right there at the beginning. Again, this movie sat on a shelf, rotted on a shelf for about 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the movie, you get two things that kind of make you stop and think for a moment. First one's very funny. You know, you get past the WB, billboards and everything, and then you got a black screen, and all of a sudden it just says based on a true story.
Very good.
And then it opens up to this desert road to the middle of nowhere, and then it says Albuquerque 2022, and you're like, Albuquerque 2022, 2020, and then you remember, oh yeah, this has been sitting on a shelf for a little while.
Right. That was when it was supposed to finally come out. And it is funny because I worry that if this thing is as successful as everyone seems to think it's going to be,
It
people
should
will love
be.
it, you know.
I would love it if it is. I'm just afraid it's going to, like I said, get washed away with the Spider-Mans
Sure.
and Odysseys of the world.
But will that make the WB rethink the Batgirl movie and be like, well, maybe we should break that out?
Oh no.
I wonder. The thing about it is, a whole lot of people were, producers, the actors in this movie, they were all saying, hey, listen, if you're not going to release it, send it to somebody else. We haven't heard that about Batgirl.
No, that's true. Not at all. And Will Forte was among the first I heard say, this is really a bummer. If I thought the movie sucked, I'd be on board with, locking it up. But no, he says, this is a really good movie. People should get a chance to see it.
Yeah, this movie is much better than the people who were putting it up on the shelf I think, realized.
I'm glad that they got it back out. And we'll maybe take a look at it this weekend if I get the opportunity. All right, 9:30 our time, Dixon and Vining. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. We'll wrap up the week with a little food talk. And, of course, the Dixon and Vining question of the day. Then we'll hand things off to Skippy and Jimbo and see what they can do for the next 4 hours. How about that? Sing. Yeah, there we go. Uh-huh. Badfinger. 9:36. Dixon Dividing, Talk 99.5, Talk995.com. It is still the 28th of August of 2026. Woo! Man, and we got a tiny chance of rain in the forecast. Most of it's going to be south of us. Mm-hmm. We may still get a little break off. Something may come our way. You don't know.
Something may, yeah. I can't believe next week we will be into September.
Oof.
Leaves are beginning to fall off the trees. One of the things that I think about when leaves begin to fall off the trees are everyone that is a homeowner that maybe has gutters but doesn't have the gutter covers. Oh, no. All those leaves making their way into those gutters, and at some point in time, you got to get up there and clean them out. What a pain. What if you had gutter covers put on your gutters? You can have that happen for you, folks, if you get in touch with Daniel at Noble Contractors. He's got the beautiful, seamless 6-inch gutters that go on your house, and on top of that, those beautiful gutters to keep the leaves and debris out of those gutters so you don't have to climb up on the ladders and maybe even have to get on the roof to get to those gutters because you've got the gutter cover. So if you don't have that situation going on right now, give my friend Daniel a call at 422-3034. He is here locally. He's going to treat you right. He'll even give you a free estimate if you want that. And he gets thrilled when he hears that a lot of you have gotten maybe some estimates from some of the other big national companies out there because he'll come in less. He'll do a great job. You'll have beautiful gutters, and you'll have quality gutters, and you're going to be saving yourself a bunch of money if you call Daniel and get that free estimate. Don't hesitate to call him now. He does repairs. He does gutter cleaning if you need that done. But it'd be really nice if you had somebody local that you could call anytime whenever you had a problem with anything with gutters or if you need a whole new gutter system. Daniel can help you with that. 205-422-3034. Put it in your phone. Find him online at noblecontractorsala.com. And, of course, he's on Facebook as well if you want to check him out. 422-3034.
The website magazine, we'll call it, Reviewed, launched a quest to find the 2026 Reader's Choice for Best Chain Sandwich Shop.
This is always interesting.
Now, I can tell you this. We had this conversation a week ago or so when I said I'd gone to Subway and was thoroughly disappointed.
It happened to me the last time. I was like,
I was like, I don't see myself coming back here. This is like eating just paste. It was weird. Voters actually gave Jersey Mike's the nod.
I can see that.
The number one?
Yep.
Yeah. I could see that too.
I love me some Jersey Mike's, man.
I did too. Slicing the deli meat right there in front of you, piling it high.
Great fresh taste. I love it. I think the freshness has so much to do with whether or not you got a good sandwich. The bread's got to be fresh. All of the veggies that you're going to put on there. No lettuce on mine.
I like it Mike's way. It's lettuce. It's about everything.
Oh, no, I want
really
lettuce. Normally, I want lettuce on
Yeah.
mine. I don't want the poop lettuce.
No, they don't have that.
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
think.
No,
You
that
don't
wasn't
know.
that wasn't Jersey Mike's.
That was Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch more now, we find out.
Yeah.
Hello?
Just be careful out there.
If you would like your steak to be 10 times more tender, this is kind of a tricky thing. Instead of going out and buying, what we buy, the filet mignons from Mr. P's, or getting the ribeye, which is my personal favorite cut of steak, you can go buy something a little less pricey, like a flank stack or a bottom round. All you have to do is open up a can of coconut milk, put that steak in a bag.
With the coconut milk?
With the coconut milk.
Yeah.
Pour the coconut milk in. I don't know how long you leave it in there, but
What
it
about
actually-
2 weeks to get it to,
2 weeks, that
to
sounds
be
good.
tender?
Yeah.
When you say flank steak, I'm like, that's gonna be chewy steak.
While acids and enzymes are often employed in marinades to help break down and loosen muscle fibers, they can sometimes be too harsh and risk softening a steak to the point of mushiness. Coconut milk, on the other hand, takes a gentler approach. Instead of depending on acid, this plant-based ingredient uses fat to coat and lubricate the meat, supplying and locking in the moisture. Oh,
Well, maybe we need to be drinking more of this stuff. If it works that well for steak, maybe it work well on our bodies.
Not a big fan.
Marinate our bodies.
Not a big fan. Coconut milk. Yikes.
Ah.
Pop-Tarts is releasing a limited edition product that you do not want to miss. Remember when they were doing the shakes, like Pop-Tart shakes, and we were like, what the hell is this all about? Well, they've decided to take another step.
No.
Pop-Tarts cocktails.
I see the young generation, like, you just turned 21, you're able to go to the liquor store and get you a little buzz ball.
Yeah.
And it's Pop-Tarts. They're this is like putting the camel on the cigarettes. We're going after the young generation.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. It might be good.
They got 2
S'mores.
flavors, frosted s'mores and frosted brown sugar cinnamon.
Oh no.
Okay.
What kind of alcohol is it? Is it vodka?
I
I
was
guess
just
would
about
be
to ask
in
that.
there.
That's a good question.
The
I don't
buzz
know.
ball. We don't know what that is.
15% alcohol by volume.
Huh.
No idea what to.
Careful.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I, by the way, I've never had a buzz ball in my life, but a friend of mine who is a pretty, I was going to say moderate drinker. He's a more than moderate drinker. He thought that those things were cool as hell when he saw them, and he bought 3 or 4, and he drank 1 or 2 and woke up the next day and said, worst headache I've ever had. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you've talked me out of it now. Thank you.
This is like a bushwhacker in a little can.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's what it is.
From what I can tell, about 15% of alcohol by volume, mix of vodka and, quote, other than standard orange wine, unquote.
Orange wine.
Fermented white grape juice or raisins with added sugar, they say.
Oh,
Okay.
That doesn't sound very good.
No, that's where the headache comes from. Papa John's has a new collab as well. In this case, they are teaming up with Pop-Up Bagels.
Pop-up
Well,
bagels. I've never heard of
what's
pop-up
this
bagels.
connection? Yeah.
I've never heard of Pop-Up Bagels either, but I assume that they're big, probably in the Northeast or something.
Didn't we get one of those here?
A Pop-Up
We
Bagel?
were talking about a new bagel place
Oh,
not
yeah,
long
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I think
Didn't that pop up?
That'd be
Is
in the
it-
Summit, wouldn't it? I think that's where we got it.
maybe.
We got it.
Yeah, it is. It's on the
okay,
Summit.
there you go. Papa John's and Pop-Up Bagels, the bagel chain that serves hot bagels right from the bag alongside homemade schmears for dipping, have just teamed up to bring these 2 iconic flavors to your breakfast spread. 2 complimentary additions to the restaurant's signature trademark. In addition to the garlic sauce, every Papa John's pizza comes with a pepperoncini pepper. That's the flavors that they're adding, apparently. You'll find Papa John's inspired pepperoncini cream cheese schmear and a garlic butter schmear at your nearest pop-up bagel shop.
God, that sounds really good.
Yeah, that garlic butter does.
Mm-hmm.
Get you in trouble there.
Yeah. That's not low-cal. If you're going for low-cal, you're looking in the wrong
Yeah,
place.
ain't happening.
And we have taken it upon ourselves to refer to it as garlic butter. I assure you there is no butter in that.
What is it?
It's,
What is the
it's
stuff that looks like
oil
butter?
of some kind,
Yeah.
but it's not butter.
Uh-huh.
I just don't believe it for a
Claire,
second.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
I think it's, they have garlic sauce on the label or something like that. And you're like, ugh.
Garlic butter sauce. I don't know. But it sure is good.
2 more breakfast cereals have fallen by the wayside when it comes to Maha. That would be Lucky Charms and Trix.
Tricks are for kids.
Uh-huh.
You are correct. And looking at this, it's vastly made up of soybean oil, water, salt, and garlic.
Mm-hmm. There
And
you go.
it's delicious.
Somehow that didn't sound good when it was a buzzball, but
No. Just because, we haven't tried that buzzball, but we've tried that garlic sauce from Papa John's, and, you can just pour it on everything.
it's true.
I mean, other than standard orange wine, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the first time Trix has gone natural. General Mills reformulated that cereal and removed the artificial colors in 2015. However, it reverted back to the old recipe due to popular demand after shoppers said they missed the brighter hues and the cancer it was giving them.
There's no joke in that.
Honestly.
Mm.
This is why shopping in Dublin, in Ireland in general, was just so much more interesting. The stores are all a little bit smaller. You saw some of those clips of World Cup travelers that were coming here and walking into just a regular Walmart. Well, what we think of as a regular Walmart, it's a super Walmart. But and they're just like gobsmacked. They're like, this place is huge. I can get snow tires here, and I can get milk, and I can get a Sunday suit, and they just were absolutely blown away. In Ireland, their grocery stores are grocery stores, and across the mall hallway was the seafood shop.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to buy some seafood, I didn't. Of course, I was eating every meal out. I wasn't cooking anything in my hotel room or anything. But you'd walk across there and you'd get the seafood that you wanted to take home with you. I specifically walked down the cereal aisle because I remembered about the Trix thing and how when they took the colors out, it just kind of did look dead,
Mm-hmm.
Not only do none of their cereals sparkle like American cereals, every box is the same size. I mean, they have a standardized box size for their cereals, and you might find 3 different sizes of Cheerios boxes on our shelves.
Sure.
But there, it's like, nope, this is the size. You want more? Buy 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it works. And that was true in lots and lots of different aisles. I mean, I went down the chip aisle. Chip aisle there, probably less than half the size of the chip aisle in the United States. Didn't have anywhere near as many flavors. Again, one size bag, and it's about what you would find. Like, I don't know, a
We
standard.
got family
usually.
size. We got middle size. We
Yep.
got small size.
Nope.
Party size.
Yeah,
Right.
party size.
And it runs from one end of the aisle, from the front of the store,
Yep.
all the way to the back.
Exactly. So
Ain't America great, y'all?
and-
I mean, we live in the greatest country. Come on, admit it.
And again, the Doritos, nowhere near the neon orange that we're used to. You know,
Right.
they had a very kind of a dullish color. I bought some just to see what it was all about. They tasted the same to me. I mean, I have a very pedestrian palate, as we've discussed. Other people might find that not to be the case. Okay, this is freaking me out. A popular convenience store chain, Murphy USA.
Murphy, USA.
They are adding White Castle food machines.
Food machines.
Yes,
Like a vending machine?
like a vending machine.
What are we doing?
Developed by Automated Retail Technologies, the system will start with White Castle, letting customers order from a touchscreen and get hot food in about 2 minutes.
Where's it coming from?
White
Who's ma-
Castle?
My ass. I don't know. What is...
Well, it's in a vending machine and it's hot.
Yeah.
What?
I imagine that what they do is they have stuff in there, like refrigerated, and then they break it out and
So-
they heat it.
All right.
So, I mean,
so,
they're not loading up like those frozen White Castle things that you can get in the freezer section.
right
Maybe
in our
they are.
grocery store.
Maybe they are. I don't
Maybe,
know.
I don't know.
The Ohio-based fast food chain is known for its signature square sliders, which have been around since 1921. Technology essentially turns a small part of the store into a mini automated restaurant. The self-contained system takes care of preparing, heating, and serving the food, so Murphy USA can offer hot meals without building a full kitchen or bringing a team of food prep workers.
I'll need to see this. I just don't quite.
We have Murphy stores here.
Yeah, that's what
They're
I'm
all over the
saying.
place, yeah.
yeah. Is there any chance they'd put one of these things in there? You're not
Yeah, I wonder if
competing
it's going
with
to be
Crystal, really?
regional, kind of like the restaurant itself
Mm.
is, or whether they go nationwide with this.
I would like to see it if they could break that out, give it a try. It wouldn't be the same as someone handing me the bag of crystals. I understand. Crystals.
White
bag of
Castle.
White
Yes,
Castles.
shame
Yes.
on you. What'd
I'm
you
sorry.
just say? Shame.
Oh.
Shame.
You're so used to being down here.
I shall punish myself over the weekend.
Crystal came right on
Well,
out.
and
Yeah.
I came across it just the other day, and just running across streaming stuff, and the food that made America, and they had Adam Richman going to different places, and he spent like an entire episode doing stuff in White Castle.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm going, yeah, that would be really good. Come on down here.
Come on. Let's go. God, I love that phone. That stuff is the best. Alabama Tree Pros, 308-4158. When a tree needs to be taken down, you need the best. And Alabama Tree Pros is the best. They'll send as many people as is necessary to do the job quickly, safely, expertly, and they'll do it for the right price, a price that is, in fact, lower than what the other people are going to try to charge you. If you want your stump ground up, they can do that too. That's not a euphemism. They really do just grind the stump up. If you'd like to save the tree, maybe it can be saved. You can talk to Bob about that. Bob knows a thing or two about saving trees, and there's a possibility that he could pull this thing out of the fire for you, so to speak. If, on the other hand, you want it trimmed up, again, you're dealing with the best of the business. AlabamaTreePros.com. Find out more there. AlabamaTreePros.com. 308-4158. They're licensed, they're bonded, they're insured. They'll staple all that to the back of your low estimate. Alabama Tree Pros, the ones for me, the ones for you. 308-4158. Oh, it is a cruel, cruel summer, is it not? Huh? Yeah. 9:56. Dixon and Vining, Talk 99.5, Talk99.5.com. Remember what movie this was used in? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? Karate Kid. Yep.
Never would have guessed that.
Well, that's why you have me.
Thank goodness, huh?
Yeah. Ronnie says, has the question of why the coyote didn't just use the money he spent with Acme to buy food, I guess it was the principle of the thing. Yes.
Again, stop looking too deep into this, man.
Let's see. Taylor says, a bat in the mouth. Hope she didn't get COVID. Oh.
That's funny.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that now.
Call Anthony Fauci about that. What do we do? What do we do?
Sam says we need a wacky races movie, but make it a dramedy. Yeah. What made the WB cartoons fun was the crazy setup for what obviously was coming next, and then watch it all happen as a payoff. Classic tunage. Yep. You have seen, have you seen the new movie on Netflix? It's called In the Land of Saints and Sinners. I believe it was produced in 2023, but it's still now just being shown on Netflix. Highly recommend. Okay, thank you, Sully. Might check that one out over the weekend. I've heard soaking steaks in coffee works too, says Scott. And Robbie says it's called LBA, Liquid Butter Alternative.
I don't know that you can call it butter.
You can't.
Can't
No.
call it
Dixon
butter.
and
Butter
Vining's
alternative.
question
Yeah.
of the day.
It's a simple one. Name one plausible thing you think we should do to improve this country. Steve West.
Well, plausible makes it real difficult. Because among the things that we could do would be like, get rid of the national debt. But it's not plausible because we got morons up there in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Less social media.
Okay. Probably not a bad idea. Problem with social media, in my opinion, is it levels everybody's opinion out. It's like, well, your opinion matters as much as this other guy. Well,
Yeah, to the lowest common denominator.
exactly. I mean, the problem
Whether you
is,
know what you're talking about or not.
I mean, everybody on this radio station researches everything to death, so we do know what we're talking about. And then you come across some moron who's over there who's like, Earth is flat. Okay, you're an idiot. What do you got?
I said we just got to get back to basics in teaching in schools, economics and capitalism,
Oh, God, yes.
and what the history of our country is all about. I think kids don't know that. And I think
We
it's
got too
all
many
lost.
instructors, though, that don't believe in capitalism anymore.
That
That's
is a
part of the
problem.
problem.
It really
but
is.
I wish we could fix that because I think we're losing it, and I think we need that.
Yeah, that's my take as well. Civics. Doing a better job of teaching our children civics and free market economy would be, because I'm shocked at the number of grown-ass men I run across who don't understand the first thing about economics. And I'm like, guys, it's not that hard. I'm a moron, and I get it. So I know you can do this. They don't get it. It's crazy to me. Got a lot of great answers online if you'd like to go check some out. Make teachers qualified to teach the necessary curriculum and bring back PE, says Cherry. Yeah, getting up.
A lot of
running
good
around
things
a little bit
happen
during
in
the day.
PE. You know
Yeah,
that.
Sure.
There was a lot of things taken care of out on the PE fields.
I love me some dodgeball.
Yeah.
Make the punishment fit the crime. Truly drain the swamp. Don't just talk about it. Stop caring what the Hollywood elites think. Okay, I did that some time ago. Let's see. You must be a citizen to vote. That's already a rule. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, but there's an awful lot of people voting that aren't
Oh, fair
citizens.
tax. Back Monday, dark and early, 6 a.m. Talk at you then. Dixon and Vining. Bye-bye now.